What is cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews, and today we're doing an unboxing and review of the Tin Hifi T4 hotly anticipated IEM single dynamic driver. I think it's a beryllium coated dynamic driver. Lots of people have been waiting keenly for this one. Let's get right into it. Pretty straightforward box, sort of a matte black finish with a gold print on the front. T4, not much else there at all. And there we go, there they are. Very shiny, more polished than the previous iterations. So you get this pretty nice carrying case. Give it a smell. Not bad at all. There's the cable, cover that in a moment. Very nice case. And you get the earpieces, of course, and you get a selection of ear tips. Here is what you get in the box. You get the faux leather carrying case, the detachable MMCX cable, the earpieces, 3 pairs of white silicone tips, 3 pairs of grey silicone tips, and the famous Tin Hifi foams. So there they are. Very similar shape to the T2, T2 Pro and the T3. Of course, these look like they might be just a little bit smaller. Turbine pattern on the back. MMCX connectors, interesting looking fine mesh covering the nozzle there. They're very lightweight, feel pretty strong. So yeah, not much to say, but they look really good. First impressions about the cable. Feels a little bit sticky, but that's often the case when you first take them out of the box. That should ease up a bit over with some use. So you've got a straight 3.5mm aluminium plug, dual strand twisted type cable. This is similar, it looks similar to the BGVP DMG cable, but it doesn't feel the same. Little Y split there, and the MMCX connectors, quite small, I must say. So yeah, that's the cable, looking good. I think I forgot to mention these had an introductory price of $79 for the Indiegogo campaign, but the regular MSRP will actually be $109. And these should show up on the regular platforms fairly soon. Linsol.com, Amazon, AliExpress, you'll be able to find them there in a short while if you missed the early deal. So, the Tin Hifi T4, beautifully built with their polished stainless steel shells. They're very lightweight, they're very comfortable, as well as being extremely durable. The little turbine design on the back there. Onto the sound now. My main sources used for testing were the FIO M6 and Shanling M5S, neither of which I have with me here at the moment, of course. Tin Hifi chose to go with a slightly fuller, more dynamic and V-shaped signature with the T4. Compared to the T2 and T3, the T4 has a slightly fuller bass response with a bit of brightness and sparkle up top. It's got really good bass extension with a very linear transition from the sub to mid bass. It's punchy, but it's very tight and controlled, and it is capable of some nice sub bass rumble. It's a bass that delivers with authority mixed with nimbleness. Not to be outdone by the stellar bass, the T4's mid-range steps up with confidence. It's delightfully smooth and laced with ample detail. Vocals sound great, both male and female, and I also found these to be especially good for classical music and string instruments. The T4's treble is a bit lively, but it's still relatively smooth. A peak at 5 to 6 kilohertz adds clarity and definition, while at the same time mostly avoiding any sibilance. And another peak at around 12.5 kilohertz gives the sound airiness and a sort of adds brightness to the signature. It's a treble that's aimed at precision and detail more than natural tone, and it works pretty well, but it doesn't have the most, they don't have the most accurate timbre for the treble. It's probably my only gripe. And it's a minor thing. It's perfectly acceptable for an entry-level earphone. As expected, the T4 has a fairly large soundstage, a result of its modest bass quantity and the raised treble. The detail retrieval is very good, and instrument separation is decent but not outstanding. In complex tracks, the T4 struggles a bit with resolution, and I found the layering and the imaging to be fairly mediocre. Now, I think this video is long enough already, so I won't go into any comparisons here. But if you want comparisons with the T2, T3 and the Blonde BL03, check out the full written review. There will be a link in the description. That is the Tin Hifi T4. Is it worth getting? Are they worth getting? Yes, absolutely. It's a great sounding IEM, and I think most people are going to love it. But keeping it real, it's not a giant killer, and there are other alternatives out there that are just as good, in my opinion. But having said that, these are currently one of the best earphones you'll find at around the $100 mark. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, you know what to do, and go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future, and see you next time.